Welcome to a deep dive that's really about challenging what you think you know. Today, we're sharpening our critical thinking. We're digging into some fascinating work from Professor Lin.
Indeed. We're going to tackle a really persistent health myth, one that's confused a lot of people.
Which one is that?
The idea that nitrates in our food are, inherently harmful or even toxic.
Ah, right. The nitrate scare.
Exactly. But this deep dive, it's going to reveal a surprising scientific, let's call it a plot twist. It really changes the whole picture.
Okay, so our mission today is to debunk that misconception and, importantly, help you develop a more critical eye for health info, especially when it's about something like, say, beetroot juice.
Yeah, something you might actually eat or drink.
Right. So let's unpack this. Where does this negative idea about nitrates even come from?
Well, for years you've seen it in the media, haven't you? Nitrates portrayed as poison. You hear warnings from various experts linking them to, well, even things like cancer.
I think I know the examples you mean, like those headlines around barbecues.
Precisely. Things like Mid-Autumn Festival BBQ causes cancer, or, those slightly absurd detox claims like a single piece of fruit magically canceling out sausages.
Right, okay. So that fear is definitely out there.
It's been spread pretty widely, creating, I think, a lot of needless anxiety.
But Professor Lang, he's been pushing back on this for a while.
Oh, absolutely. Since at least 2017, he's been working to correct this narrative. And his points are really quite fundamental.
Like what?
Like the fact that our own saliva, our spit, actually contains beneficial nitrates, and the dietary nitrates we eat, say from vegetables, they convert into these helpful nitrites in our body.
So they're actually considered healthy, not harmful.
That's the point. And what's really striking, he even highlighted how these compounds, the ones labeled poison, were actually being looked at to treat heart failure.
Wow, okay, so from poison to potential medicine.
Exactly. It's quite a turnaround. He found it, well, pretty amusing when news outlets in 2022 reported these reversal discoveries like they were brand new.
When he'd already published similar ideas years before.
Yeah, back in 2017, 2019. It just shows how long it can take for science to filter into public awareness sometimes.
It really does. So let's talk about the science then. Beetroot juice is a great example you mentioned.
Perfect example. The mechanism is quite elegant, really. Beetroot is packed with nitrates.
Okay.
And as we said, your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide.
And nitric oxide does what exactly?
It helps your blood vessels relax, kind of widen up. Think of it like opening up a pipe so water flows better. And that lowers blood pressure.
Simple enough? Is there solid proof for that?
Oh, yes. This isn't new. Studies going back to 2008 showed it clearly. People drinking about 500 cc, so roughly 2 cups of beetroot juice,
Okay.
saw their blood pressure drop by about 10 mmHg within just 3 hours. That's significant.
Wow, 3 hours. And they linked it directly to the nitrates.
Directly. They measured increased nitrite levels in the participants' blood plasma. It was a clear connection.
This isn't just one study, right?
No, it's been backed up. Systematic reviews looking at multiple studies. One in 2013 concluded that nitrate and beetroot juice intake is definitely linked to a significant drop in systolic blood pressure.
Systolic, that's the top number, right? When the heart contracts.
That's the one. And another review in 2018 even suggested promoting beetroot juice for managing hypertension.
So pretty strong recommendations. Any nuances?
Well, yes, science is always refining things. A 2022 review confirmed it lowers systolic pressure effectively, but maybe not so much the diastolic, the bottom number.
Yeah.
Still very positive overall, though.
And it's not just the nitrates in beetroot, is it?
Good point. No, beetroot's a bit of a nutritional powerhouse. A 2020 study pointed out other helpful compounds, too.
Like,
Things like betanin, that's the pigment that makes it red, plus saponins, polyphenols. These also seem to help with blood pressure. It's like a team effort.
that makes sense. The whole food is better than just one isolated part.
Often, yes. And you see major health organizations acknowledging beetroot's benefits. The American Heart Association, for instance, highlighted its antioxidants in 2023.
Antioxidants are good for cell health, DNA repair.
Exactly. Plus, beetroot has anti-inflammatory properties. It's
Yeah.
low fat, got a decent amount of fiber, about 1.7 grams per half cup cooked.
Okay, what else is in there? Vitamins, minerals.
Oh, yeah, packed with them. Vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin K, good for bones, and B vitamins, too.
B vitamins are linked to brain health, aren't they?
They are. Some research suggests they help blood flow to the brain, potentially protecting against memory loss or even dementia.
And folate. I read it's high in folate.
Very true. Half a cup cooked gives you around 17% of your daily folate. crucial stuff for cell growth, making red blood cells.
Really covers a lot of bases.
It does. And there's one more intriguing sort of potential benefit.
Wow.
Some research hints that dietary nitrates from veggies might be linked to a lower risk of age-related macular degeneration, the eye condition.
Interesting. Still early days on that one, maybe.
Perhaps, but it adds to the overall picture.
So pulling this all together, what's the main takeaway for someone listening?
I think the big message is that nitrates, often painted as villains in popular media, actually have significant health benefits, especially when you get them from whole foods like beetroot.
Right. So don't fear the beet.
Pretty much. But it also raises a broader point, doesn't it, about critical thinking?
How so?
Well, how often do we just accept health claims, especially the scary ones, without really looking at the evidence? This whole story shows how science evolves, how it can challenge old fears.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic reminder to always